would you tell us a little bit about the model that you envisage for developing this area? First of all, I'd like to begin by saying good morning to everyone. Let's just take a step back. Could I give you two introductory remarks on the Italian Institute of Technology? Because I think it really links up to what was stated previously. Of course, I will give you more specific comments in just a second. So our Institute of Technology has a very specific model, somewhat different to a university. So it is a private law foundation, but with public financing. So public financing in research. It's called an Institute of Technology. It's very important to keep in mind this title. Why? Because we carry out not just basic research, fundamental research, but we try to take this and transform it into practical applications. So directly for companies, for industry, for boosting the economy of the country as a whole. Given this context, what have we done? Over the course of 10 years, we have been working since the foundation of our institute, focused on neuroscience, material science, and robotics. So these three major areas, three sectors of focus for us. We wanted to take our resources and best use them by focusing on three things. So neuroscience, robotics, and material sciences. So we're looking at our strategic plan now. Perhaps we will review it to try to expand into healthcare. Take what we were doing in neuroscience and expand that, and combine it with the use that we have, the research that we've done in materials as well. With this thought process, we were called on to present a project to reuse a small part of what we did at Expo, and we presented our review of our strategic plan. That then became the technological hub. We were requested to present a greater project, one that was bigger than what we could have done just with our in-house resources. And we were asked to come up with a healthcare hub. If we were to summarize it in just 3 simple words, when I heard about this project for the first time, I thought that it was a great idea. Because what it would mean is that it would take a country like Italy, where the quality of life is excellent, we have great health care, really excellent health care, and then we could use technology and the development of that technology to make Italy the leading country in the world in terms of healthcare export. So that was our idea. That was what underpinned the project, so that we would establish models of pharmaceutical products, as well as coming up with forecasts as to what we thought that the impacts pharmaceutical products would have on the population, and trying to link that all up to to food, rather. Because obviously food is something that it was of great importance to the entire concept of the Expo in Milan. So we linked that up, and it was drafted. It was put before an international panel. We don't know what the result will be, but the project has a specific form, essentially the number of different centers that are linked through the university and hospitals within Milan. So a lot of scientists and researchers in the Milan area will be involved, and I have reason to believe that it could have great impact around the entire country of Italy. We're not aiming to compete with traditional sectors where we have lost competitiveness, or perhaps we never had it. where things are far ahead in, for example, China. What we're trying to do is have an impact on an area where there's much to be done in terms of technology, where we can continue to make strides in terms of increasing life quality, and that could have economic fallout as well, because of course we're trying to sell things. So you think that it's a new sector that could be promising. So researchers, you spoke of that. You, at the Institute, attract researchers. We hear a lot about brain drain. We hear that they leave our country and go to foreign countries. So what is your experience? Do you think that through the expo experience that we can still attract researchers? I mean, absolutely we can. If we look at the statistics, we can see that we are a private law foundation, so we can recruit independently. We published calls of interest and did our recruiting internationally. We were looking for the best possible things that existed around the world and to bring them to Italy. To bring people to Italy, we came up with great laboratories, state of the art, and we offered salaries that were on par with averages around Europe. We hope to be able to attract 30% foreigners into our employee base, and then somewhere around a similar percentage of Italians. So we're getting Italians who are joining us, that are coming back, and then of course so we have Italians that come from other research centers, and we're able to attract foreigners as well. So this is of great interest. We apply for competitions. We have 3-4 day interviewing processes to try to best understand who we are recruiting, to understand what their professional experience is, to look at their curriculum vitae, understand it, and see if they would work well for us and with us. So this is a process that we are doing. If I need someone, I can write a recruitment announcement in English, put it in major publications in English, and I know that people will reply from abroad as well. So 54 countries around the world were represented in terms of the replies that we had to our recruitment. How many people working for you? 1,400 currently? Of whom around 800 people are working in Genoa in our headquarters. It's quite tight, actually, quarters right now. And then several different centers in various Italian universities. These centers that are ensconced in the universities, and excellent universities. We know that there's excellence exists, and then we have around 200 people that are working around MIT and Harvard in the Boston area. So we're currently collaborating with them, having joint clubs that we've set up in terms of AI and artificial intelligence. So we're working with this expertise from MIT